The date is April 2016. Geometry Dash was in one of the most erratic periods of its entire history. The game was within what was commonly referred to as the 2.0 era, where the community was in a state of moderate unrest. Compared to the previous 1.9 and 1.8 periods, the Geometry Dash player base entered a time where they got bored of all the old toys and slowly started to delve into more time-consuming but high-quality versions of almost every feature this game had to offer. The levels were harder, they were prettier, and the texture packs were made out of high-grade titanium. People weren't content with their basic bitch square adventures and boldly went where no slut would go before. All of this effort was always rewarded with a rarely proportionate amount of YouTube views, and we all wanted that gold that light at the end of the rainbow, and you sluts bet that your boy was after that gold. Did I manage to get the gold? No, not even close, but I did try. So let's all collectively hop in the time machine and take a look what I was up to back then. Alright, seems I didn't really do much, but at least I was attempting to count myself out as a decent player. If I remember correctly, I was halfway through beating my third ever Extreme Demon and I was still yet to be known by a single person in the Geometry Dash community. At the time I was in the search for friends of the GD Steam community page, and found buddies through watching their live streams on the Steam platform. I used to always upload low quality Bandicam watermarked replays of demons on an old YouTube alias that is now long since deleted. 5 years ago, me really had a different goal with YouTube. Back then I basically used my old crappy YouTube channel as a cum dump for hard demon clips, which I was content with for a while. I wanted to be someone like Crazyman50 who could just upload anything and just coast off by name recognition. Unfortunately for me, my master plan happened to be shared by about 5 billion other shitty gameplay channels, so I slowly started to upload harder and harder levels. Maybe some Fairy Dust, or some Ultimate Demon Mix, or maybe some Down Bass now and then if I felt frisky that day. To my surprise, my plan actually kinda worked. Getting to about 40 subscribers by the middle of the year, which may sound like nothing to you, but I was pretty happy at it at the time. Every day, middle school me would come home from a long hard day of being blissfully unaware that Year 12 calculus exists, and record another 480p gameplay video. What I didn't know back then was I happened to be an evil hacker that needed to end my life before I began my evil plot to destroy the Geometry Dash community from the inside out. Around July, I woke up on a cold winter's morning to come across a video of myself dead center in the thumbnail. It was exposed season and I was down the barrel of their big fucking gun. The only issue with that was, I wasn't hacking. For those who weren't active in the Geometry Dash community back in 2016, first of all, I envy you. When people complain about how toxic the community is for this game, they usually aren't even thinking of how it is right now, but instead the absolute sesh pit that was mid 2.0. Mid 2.0 for you uncultured swines was right in the center of 2016, or also more commonly known as a fucking war zone. Geometry Dash's toxicity level nowadays is about as neutral as a community can get. Like on the toxicity level, let's pretend on one end you've got Nicki Minaj fans, and on the other end you got people that cure Alzheimer's for fun. I'd put Geometry Dash around here. And now let me slowly turn the clock to 2016. Oh boy, look at that baby plummet. Man, that really ain't stopping. The exposed video thrives in this era, growing and growing like an unstoppable disease fungus, which only exists to pick on the lowest hanging fruit possible. So basically Leafy is here, but instead of one dude that bullies vulnerable children, it was actually 50 dudes that bully children altogether. How heartwarming. You're probably wondering at this point how they even find me, some random kid who uploads potato cam footage of random demons at only 40 subs. I have no fucking clue. I guess the man just smelt cum in the water and chased after the smell until they found me patiently waiting at his destination. They gotta get that mute troll money somehow. That exposed video made about my 2016 self is gone now, and I didn't actually know why he thought I was hacking either. I guess when he stumbled upon my channel, he opened one of my videos and found a video that was about 12 pixels wide, and he said, I don't know what's going on here, but it must be some hacking in here somewhere. That exposed video made about my 2016 self is gone now, but it didn't stop it from being the first little bit in the snowball effect that eventually left me to deleting my own channel before the year concluded, and creating no less than 3 other accounts before finally sitting on the one I have today. By the end of 2016 I was left alone, sad, with nobody even caring to wonder what went wrong. That's where my story ended. A kid that has so much excitement for the GD community that was slowly crushed underneath the mountain of toxic shit until it turned into a husk that didn't even enjoy the game anymore and deleted their channel about December. Books closed. And to make things worse, I was a single person among hundreds that suffered the same fate. How do things get like this? Pretty simple. Every single person involved in these videos were children. The people making them, the people watching them, and the victim themselves. In a normal world, this would mean that they would relate better and be more empathetic to the person put on full blast and realize that all of these videos are redundant and pointless, but unfortunately kids are terrible people. How these survive for so long is the same reason Leafy survived for so long. Kids really like it when people that are the same age, but not them, get made fun of. Watching some random dude that never heard before get torn a new asshole for doing relatively mundane things is really cathartic to some people. This is why when someone uploads a video of some no-name, very obviously no-clipping Sonic Wave Rebirth, the audience doesn't exactly have the most sensible response. If someone made one of these videos showing someone pulling no-clipping Bloodlust today, most of the comments would say, yeah, no shit, I didn't need to tell you that, I can see that by looking at the fucking screen. But since it was 2016, everyone had brains smoother than clay, everyone saw these videos and said, holy shit, he's a genius! Somebody give him a medal! You're telling me that video is hacked? I could have not figured it out without your help. Here's 25,000 subscribers, kind sir. This method of video is foolproof. You can make a 480p video yelling about some young child, pretend like it's the end of the world, and get upwards of hundreds of thousands of views. This was the big thing back in 2.0. As long as you were willing to drop all your dignity, you could watch that money roll in, but dignity is a small price to pay for 500,000 views. I'm telling you man, it was the big thing. And it still is the big thing. If you look up Jump Dash Exposed videos, you'll still find videos that are only about a year old. Hell, some of them aren't even a month old. This shit's still going. And to think it was all kicked off by some random dude with a troll face profile picture that makes videos about Herobrine sightings. The mute troll, the first person to point out that people tell lies on the internet, of all places. I know, I'm just as disgusted as you are. How could someone be as so heartless as to upload videos of slowed down medium demons? If you look back at the video, you actually may notice they actually got quite a few things wrong. Like for example, at the end he heavily implies that G-Boy beat Cataclysm legit, which I think we all know now was certainly not the case. The main thing most people took away from the video was the Nubass part, right? Well, if we look at the video, you may notice that it's not hacked. If you look at the decode wave here without context, he doesn't actually have any of the erratic movements that are displayed in the other clips he showed. It actually seems pretty tame. These are the wave moves of someone who's nervous because they're getting far on a hard level, not someone who's speed hacking. Look right here. He says that his wave trail is almost the same as Nubass's. No fucker, you've got black and black icons, I can't even see your fucking wave trail. He also says that it's impossible to recreate without Nubass's cheats. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Ah shit. Yeah, the entire time I've been playing a random video of Decode with Nubass's icons, not the original completion. If you feel like a big dummy for being fooled, well, don't be, because I was fooled too, and there was also a couple comments on that video saying that they thought it was a re-upload. I thought this was a straight re-upload until I went out of the way to compare the two. Yes, I am aware that he hacked Ice Carp and Diablo X, but realistically, the decode segment was actually the real part people took away from it, so it's irrelevant for now. But realistically, why would he need to hack both decode and Ice Carp and Diablo X? Why would he cheat on both an easy demon and an extreme demon? If you look at the two levels, one of them was the hardest level for multiple updates, and one of them was decode. But what's important is this decode replay is legit. Maybe the pulses on the other parts except the wave and ship were really fucked, but I can't really find anymore, so we're shit out of luck. Nubass's channel has been fucking evaporated, lost to the sands of time completely. Unless he transforms into this abomination children's Minecraft channel, it's gone. And no, it has nothing to do with this video, his channel is still thriving deep into 2.0. I actually don't know what happened to it. I don't actually get any comments, but if there was someone that actually does watch this part and knows what happened to Nubass, I would like to know. Anyways, Noobus is in the mud, and in exchange, the mute troll gets 3.5 million views, which is pretty impressive by today's standards, but this is February 2015 and this game has about 12 players, so that was fucking insane. For 1.9, that's unignorable levels of views, and people wanted them views. So naturally, people did whatever they could to get them views. There's a couple little nuggets of exposing videos here and there, but they're all serious and sad. Alright, I guess this one will do. Hang on, I just gotta turn on the sound real quick because I know it's gonna be loud as shit.
It's going, guys.
Never mind, it's unusable. But then in October 2015, StyreXD popped his head out of the sand and dropped an exposed video about Riot. And he had to clarify that it was a joke 50 times because it was 2015 and jokes weren't invented yet apparently. In his second video, he regressed back to text-to-speech, which I do like better because StyreXD's voice was quite the ear bleeder back in 2015.
No one spends 10,000 attempts on a level. Obviously, he sped up the game.
I feel like using text-to-speech really made the joke more obvious, because everything is funnier played back through a deadpan robot voice. Wait a minute.
Because everything is funnier played back through a deadpan robot voice. Come.
He also changed up his style for these exposing videos. Instead of listing a bunch of 2006 rank cliches, he chose instead to say a bunch of really crazy shit which really appealed to the 2015 to 2016 Geometry Dash fan base. But what appealed to them most was horrible video quality. Jesus Christ. Looking at this Landest video, this is like something out of World War II. A close runner-up to horrible video quality, of course, being direct and obvious content theft. That itch being scratched by none other than Mr. Happy Jr., aka Mr. Slappy Jr., and shall be only referred to as Mr. Slappy Jr. He was the man who went up to StyreXD, looked him dead in his 12-year-old eyes and said, "Motherfucker, I'm about to steal your series and there's nothing you can do about it." And he wasn't fucking around. He still does it 5 years later. The cunt built an empire out of these scrappy little exposing videos. How did he do it? How did he quintuple the subscriber count of a guy who built the foundation for his entire legacy? That's cause his videos were better. Pretty simple explanation. Look at that dislike ratio comparison. Crazy Man 50 isn't Riot huge, but he still has a pretty chunky nugget of a fan base. Seems like he managed to satisfy them pretty well. I think they still hold up pretty good. To this day, there's sure little entertaining videos where some text-to-speech bot complains that Riot made his ball fly or something and nothing more. Although that is one of the most snarky and passive-aggressive descriptions for a video I've ever seen. These seem like pretty harmless videos where the audience gets to have a laugh at some like-hearted parody exposing videos so far. You may be wondering how we got from here to here. Well, yeah, that would do it. With all the drama that happened in 2016 from YouTubers such as Everybody, it became a much more lucrative decision to drop all the memorable and interesting parts about these exposing videos and just revert to pretending that you can hear about some 9-year-old's cousin beating Cataclysm with no clip. I'm pretty sure at this point these videos just exist to put exposed in the title. Like, they aren't even using it correctly. That's not even what exposing means. All you are is exposing how lazy you are to find anyone that actually needs exposing. Who even sees these exposing videos and only realizing it's legitimate after they showed them. I hope there is anyone that actually needed for this shit to be pointed out that it wasn't legitimate. Who the fuck is this guy anyway? I've never seen anything of him until doing research for this video. All of these videos are just compilations of the silent figure pointing out the obvious accompanied by oppressive royalty-free music. Why does every shitty GD YouTuber use the Treasure Room theme? Apparently he's made almost 40 of the fucking things. Who would actually have the energy to remake the same video 40 times? Also, he's clearly trying to frame himself about some insane investigative journalist. But all he's actually doing is just actively targeting low-hanging fruit. He even acknowledged this in most of his videos that the people he targets are children. I bet every single one of you watching could make these in half an hour. All we gotta do is find a vulnerable child that uploaded Sonic Wave and NoClip, rants about how obvious it is that they're hacking, hide behind a text-to-speech bot like a huge pussy, drag some obnoxious penis music over it, and then chuck on a whooshy 3D intro for good measure, and then collect your views for the evening. Looking through all these videos, one of the most common targets is Wargak. Apparently some Russian dude is gonna, like, I don't know, bomb the whole world or something. Realistically, what threat does he have to the Geometry Dash community? Let's play a little game. Is it either A, fuck all, or is it B, fuck all? Oh hey, look to your left, it's a future video topic. I'll get to that shitty trend whenever I feel like it. If I didn't make it painfully obvious, I despise these exposing videos. What I really despise about them is how they're presenting themselves like they're uncovering some super elaborate hacking ring, when at the same time they're just massive pussies that they can't even use their own voice. I bet my house that half of these motherfuckers are too afraid to ask for extra tomato sauce packets from Macca's. All these videos are exactly the fucking same! After the 50th Flaccid Wargak no-clip showcase, what difference would the 51st Flaccid Wargak showcase make? His channel is still active now. This massive crusade did fucking nothing. All you guys lost to a prepubescent child, I hope you're happy with yourselves. Looks like all hope is lost. We'll never find anything entertaining again. Looks like from now on exposing videos are just this. Wait, what's that music? I can see something in the distance. Let's get on top of this hill for a better view. Could it be? Oh my god, it's an exposing video with a reason to exist. I haven't seen one for years. For some reason Riot came out of a long ass hibernation to just nuke Noctifly into orbit. Believe it or not, this incident came out of nowhere to single-handedly power the Geometry Dash community, as tons of high-profile members of the community joined the crusade from all sides to make sure that the evil menace wouldn't be able to join the community again. For about a month, until everyone finished collecting their views and went home. Probably waiting for the next low-hanging fruit to pick in the collection. It's been a long time since all that drama went down. I wonder what Noctify has been up to all this time. Oh, I guess his channel's gone. I guess they got him. Heh. Alright, next exposing crusade. This one's about Tosh Deluxe. What has he done this time? Oh, he hacked Devil Vortex. Didn't we try to get him for that a while ago? I guess they're gonna do it again. Hey, look at the thumbnail. He put crosses over their face. That means he's serious. Oh, hey, look, another video topic. Did he hack or not? The answer is, I don't care. Any amount of thoughts exerted onto Tosh Deluxe is way too many. I'll be honest, I'm just tired of all these exposing videos. There's only so many people I can pretend to be angry about at one time. I don't even know why these people can do so many of these without getting bored of them. How long will it be until people realize that all this bullshit is beyond redundancy? It's come to the point where those exposing video parodies from 2016 have become what exposing videos actually are now. They're literally beyond parody at this point. I wonder if when RobTop released Geometry Dash 1.0, he thought it would eventually evolve into NAXX's Flying Circus, where he hides behind a wall of text and bullies the F5s. At the start of this video, I compared Geometry Dash exposing videos to Leafy, but no, if only. They're a primary school shouting match at best, and I would be very happy if they never appeared in my recommendations again. Also, the thumbnail's really cute. It's a man, what happened to that guy? God damn it, another exposing video? All this ruthless negativity is really bumming me out. I think it's time for more interesting Geometry Dash content. I don't care what it is, as long as it's an exposing video. Well, I guess I'll look for some. Ah, of course, there's another one. Are you fucking kidding me? I guess I can't escape them anymore. I'm gonna be forever subjected to this bullshit. Well, I guess there's only one more thing to do now. I guess if you can take away anything from all of these exposing videos, is the fact that some people are just better left unpunished. Sure, it might feel good to be the righteous vigilante that saves the day 50 times a week, but when that's all you surround yourself with, don't be surprised when you start losing touch with the reality. Just look at me. By the time this video is gone out, I've almost spent a full month drifting out in bullshit sea. This video was supposed to be a little 7-minute goof about some silly exposing videos, but it ended up with me cutting 70 years off my lifespan with an existential crisis about how shitty the Geometry Dash YouTube scene really is. The only person I can blame for this is myself. I contributed about 100 views to these guys. That's around 45 cents I've contributed to the worst thing since sliced dick. I wish I could go back to my 2014 self so I could warn myself to quit this game as fast as possible so I wouldn't have to witness all this garbage. Unfortunately I can't do that, but I can give you this one piece of advice. Whenever one of these repetitive piles of repulsion reproach you or recommended, I implore you to hit this magic little button and tell that video to go fuck itself. Because it's not worth my time, not worth anyone else's time, but most importantly, it's not worth your time.